3.
Hello, everybody.
Barely
We're
visible
here.
jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Hi.
Jazz hands.
Forgot the pre-stream swear.
Oh,
very
you
good, is
forgot
it?
the pre-streams. Oh, we
Where-
Yeah,
did.
I must have had other things on my mind.
Shit.
There you go.
Probably Andy's notes drawing from last time.
Don't bring my notes into it.
I mean,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our
doing
wonderful
today?
story.
How's you all doing? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday.
God damn it.
Tuesday. We're not
we
usually
sound like
here
bad
on
voice actors doing vocal practices.
Tuesday. Yeah, hi. We're not normally here on your Tuesday. But we are. We decided, fuck your Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to fuck your Tuesday up.
And that's why we do the pre-swearing.
We've already
started
started at that PG-13 rating.
Yes. If you're underage, go away.
If you're
That's
underage,
the warning.
fuck off.
Fuck you, you young knob.
Well,
This is the old group now. Go
Right.
away.
Come on,
Right.
let's be good.
Now we've offended half the world. We're gonna...
And then
Right.
the red versus blue channel.
Yeah, why not? So we're here. We're here because we are doing a very special part 2 of a one-shot that we did the other week, and it was supposed to be a one episode, and as usual, we cocked it up. We took so long that poor Mark here had to say, it's going to have to be a part 2.
We had that much fun that we had to drag it out for
Yeah.
extra fun.
Yeah, it completely wasn't because half of our squad decided to go off on their own and fail miserably.
Get knocked out and stuff.
So badly that one of them is now clearly just a disembodied head.
Before we get into how we're all going to die within the first 10 minutes and then worry about what on earth we've got left to stream for the rest of the night.
It's going to take us more than 10 minutes just to find you.
yeah, like,
I'm about to
It's going
go
to take
off
you
on
a
ship
lot
and
more
like,
than
see
10
ya.
minutes to find us. Just quick coming up. If you are interested, if you're new here, welcome. We have a special group of people, and I mean special group of people. We have a Discord where we do TTRPGs. Come and check us out. We have a YouTube where we put all of our videos up. Go check us out. We have a Twitter where we occasionally post random things. Go check us out. And we're here tonight playing Those Dark Places. If anyone doesn't know what Those Dark Places are, it's that. It's up there. It's a tabletop art role-playing game. And it's a sci-fi meets horror sort of game. It's really interesting. It's a new system. It's not 5e based, which is always a good thing. Right? Because Mark up there, he don't like anything that's 5e based, and we hear nothing but that 5e, you know. But yeah, so it's nice to have a new system.
is this some kind of public shaming that's going on here?
Yeah.
No,
Sounds like it.
it's because he's only got 4 fingers and he hates anything that represents the number 5.
Right?
It's actually because Angie isn't here and we have no script and we're just winging it as we go.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful system, which we are trying out for the first time here on Infinite Monkey Tales. Is it the first time you've ever run it, Mark?
Yes, it is. The game was brand new back in November, just when it was published. I got it for Christmas, and we decided we were going to run it because why not? It's written by Jonathan Hicks, published by Osprey Publishing. Go and buy it. Cool.
Yes, please
Lot
do.
of fun.
If you want to know more information where to buy it, check out our Discord. I'm sure Mark will be posting a link to it at some point later on this evening.
Oh, well,
Because now he's got a job to do. Whilst he thinks about how he's going to do that and probably gets Ange to do it instead, just coming up on Infinite Monkey Tales this week, on Friday, hosted by, where is he? He's up there, Kadari, we have part 3 part 3 of Heckner's Revenge Funhouse. Last saw our heroes surviving one hell of a slingshot ride, if I'm not mistaken. So it'd be interesting to see how they get back on their feet. And then this Saturday, here on Infinite Monkey Tales, 9 o'clock for both, 9 o'clock GMT for both these games. This Saturday, we are going back to Mutants and Masterminds, where our team were last seen blowing up some pensioner's house.
He was already dead, to be fair.
We got told to do it.
Oh, they blew it up. They're like, oh, who's dead when we got here?
So yeah,
We just blew up the house to make sure.
so we've got 2 really good games coming up this week, and not just because I'm hosting the Mutants and Masterminds. I'm not just saying that one. Yeah, we've got a lot on this week, and then next week we're back with Blades on Friday the 19th. And then Saturday the 20th is back to our Dungeons and Dragons with Croy. So lots coming up. If you want the rest of the calendar, do check out our Discord on the calendar tab. It's all there. We keep you live and up to date with what's going on. We have lots planned. We have got some extra stuff coming up as and when we can. We also have some games that aren't streamed. Kadari up there and Croy both run a non-stream game, and myself and Mark here are also starting up our own 2 little campaigns that are going to be off stream. So if you're interested in tabletop role-playing game in any aspect whatsoever, do get involved, do get in contact with us, and we will find a place for you. Alternatively, if you are looking for members, we have a few people who would love to play a game not run by the same person over and over again. So if you are interested in running a game, do get involved, do get in touch with us, and we will
What you trying to say?
It's the same people!
Yeah, but they're not that bad. Surely the people keep coming back for more.
Well, I think at this point it's Stockholm Syndrome, so, you know. So, onwards and upwards. Anyway, so I'm going to hand over
Downward.
to our brilliant Some Old Pirate, who's going
Thank you very much.
take us
Right.
into the part 2 of these dark places.
Yeah, we'd better have a bit of a recap as well, I guess.
Yes.
So our player characters are a group of arbiters, like space police, if you like. And they were in long sleep, and they were returning home after a long tour of duty. But they were awoken just 2 weeks from the start of their voyage and informed that they'd been diverted to another star, Gliese 317, to investigate a murder that had taken place on the Cambridge Wallace mining outpost there. Upon arrival, they were introduced to the executive officer, Rachel McKinnon. She'd become station manager 3 years ago and introduced some radical policies to the miners' working conditions in order to increase their productivity. And it had paid off. The arbiters were then told that the case had been effectively closed, as the murderer had apparently left the station in a pressure suit and had never returned. They were unconvinced, as player characters usually are, and informed the station personnel that they would be carrying out their own investigation. The arbiters' team leader, Marcus Langdon, he decided to search the compartment where the body was found. There'd been a rather sloppy cleanup effort, which enabled him to discover what appears to be a broken plexiglass vial swept beneath an unused storage rack. And after reviewing CCTV footage, Christoph Kane and Damien Vilchis, played by IMT Kadari, they discovered that the deputy security chief, Alan Rand, he was conversing with the murderer just a few hours before he left the outpost. Aisha Melody and Nico, played by Tony and Jessica, they investigated Carol Finney's body in the medical center. And while Melody was performing a quick inspection of the body, Nico was distracted by an odd conversation between the chief medical officer, Wendell Harris, and the deputy chief medical officer, Cassandra Williams, which led Nico to run a check on Dr. Williams' computer terminal. And she discovered there'd been an alarming number of accidental deaths and suicides among the station's miners over the past year. Also, the autopsy reports of the deaths from the last 6 months had been filed only 2 months ago, over a period of 2 days. Kane and Vilchis confronted Rand about his strange conversation with Baskin at a station's bar, where Rand and the Chief Security Officer, Anthony Gillen, are enjoying an off-hours drink. And Kane suggests that the arbiters find a quieter room to carry out Rand's interrogation. And during the questioning, the arbiters were attacked and subdued by Gillen and but not before Vilchis was able to quickly message the rest of the team and apprise them of the situation. So Langdon, Melody, and Nico, they decide to head back to their own ship in an effort to try and track down their missing colleagues. However, once arriving at the rover deck, they found there were not enough pressure suits for the three of them, so Langdon elected to stay behind while Nico and Melody set off for the ship. And Vilchis and Kane, they awake to find themselves in an elevator that is heading down towards the mine, and they are a little disturbed at the realization that they are not wearing pressure. And that is where we start.
Yeah. It's a good thing I keep the nav computer for the ship on my person at all times.
So I guess the first question I'm going to ask is now
I go back for them
in the last session, the security chief Kane, or the security officer Kane, he'd said that he'd implemented some extra security measures on the ship before he left, and I'm kind of interested to know what exactly they were. If he can remember, or if he has any idea what they were. I don't know if he's thinking about it, or whether he doesn't remember that he was playing Kane.
No, I remember I was playing Kane.
He's like, wait, what's my character name again?
Oh.
Unless he's trying to decide how mean he wants to be.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is the harder he makes it, the less his chances of survival. So
I want to make it easy.
Okay, so the security measures were effectively you locked the door. Is that what we're going with?
I would love it if he makes a big fuss of it and he doesn't even lock the door.
Yes, I locked.
You have to do 20 seconds of bullshit.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was quite lame, really, wasn't it? For a security chief, I'm a little bit.
Well, no, all right. So no, right.
Okay.
So
he's just full of shit, everyone.
No.
So
I deadlocked it, and I armed the self-destruct if it was tampered with.
See, that's what I wanted to hear.
There you go.
You've got a self-destruct mechanism.
We do now, yes.
Excellent. Well,
Just turning into a
that's
bonfire.
perfect. Okay, so Melody, or Aisha and Nico, you've climbed into this rover, and you're about to drive out onto the planetoid. And as you kind of switch on all the systems, the nav computer thing, it kind of switches itself on. And the computer screen comes up. It basically just comes up on this green screen. It just says enter identification.
Oh shit.
Now, you're an arbiter, so you've probably got an identification which will override most of these things anyway.
Oh, I'm gonna type that identification in, which
Okay.
is Nico 55566. What?
Okay, sure.
Your phone number, your identity code.
Yeah.
P4.
So you kind of do that, and it comes up. It says Navcom engaged. Flashes up across the screen, and then it says select a previous destination? ?
I'm gonna go like manual because I remember the way.
Sure. Okay. So
It's
you
nice
kind of
seeing you guys.
you quickly switch that thing off. You don't need that shit. You're right. That's okay.
Everybody got time for that.
Nobody's got time for that. And so the door kind of slides upwards, and you push the rover out onto the surface of the planet, making your way across towards the ship.
Yeah. It's a pity. You could have gone to where they drop Baskin off.
That's what they needed. The where they've been.
But no, now we go back this way.
So,
God.
Right. I'm just going to jump across now to Langdon, who has just watched the rover kind of disembark out across onto the surface of Anubis, and you're making your way back up through the station. Where are you going? What are you going to do?
Well, I was trying to find out if anyone has seen our two wayward communists.
Okay.
Trying to figure out where they'd got to. With the jeep with the little rover going out, is it like all the sci-fi movies where they engage manual and suddenly it's just like scraping metal, just all the way out of the
vacuum? We'll never know. So you're climbing up these stairs through the past the quartermasters into the hab deck.
So it's like the main sort of people area.
And so there's the usual noise, the chattering that you can hear from all these people as they're people walking across the catwalk. There's a lot of clattering of equipment, people talking and shouting at each other and playing cards with each other. There's cigarette smoke hanging in the air. It's quite a busy place. And you're kind of making your way up there, up to the third level or something, and you kind of at the corner of eye, you kind of notice the color of a particular uniform. You can see it was one of the security guards.
The one I recognize, or just a security guard?
It just looks like a security guard, and then you kind of see there's another one standing next to him. They're kind of chatting away to each other. They don't appear to have noticed you.
Yeah. We don't actually know anything about our guys. Just they got what did they tell us in the end? They just told them they'd been attacked, and that was all they told us, right?
That was all you heard. But he did mention the names of the two, the chief of security and the deputy chief of security, and said they were in on it. So whether or not you would be wary,
I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to trust those guys because they'd probably just rat me out.
Yeah. And they start coming towards you anyway. Yeah. They don't appear to have actually noticed you, but they're coming towards you. I mean, you're wearing an arbiter uniform, so you'd be quite conspicuous amongst all these miners anyway.
Yeah, I try and get out of their line of sight a bit.
Okay.
Because I might be able to follow them. They might go somewhere where I can find out more.
Yeah, sure. Just staying out of sight. That's the idea. You kind of duck into one of these hab units. Like as I described them last week, they're kind of more like cages, so they kind of you can see through them, but they'll break up your profile a little bit. And this one is unoccupied at the moment. There's this bunk that's there, and a locker.
Is there any chance there's a leftover uniform?
Well, that's a good idea. Should we try? Let's just roll a 6-sided dice and let's see what happens.
All right. Could switch into a disguise.
Okay. Right. I don't think there is.
Of the road.
Mainly, I'm kind of figuring the chances were quite low because if it's unoccupied, then the person is probably wearing it.
Unless they had an unfortunate mining accident.
Unless they had an unfortunate mining accident, of course. But that never happened. So you're kind of huddled away in this block as these figures kind of move down the catwalk, kind of almost probably within 20 feet of you.
Yeah.
They don't appear to have noticed. But shall we make it a little roll to kind of see whether or not which would be most appropriate here? I wonder, education, or would it be agility?
I'd probably say I don't know. I'd probably edge towards education because I'm not moving. I'm just
Yeah.
keeping a low profile rather
I
than
wonder
trying
if
to.
charisma. You could have an argument for charisma.
Oh, charisma. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess either or.
yeah. You choose.
There we go.
Okay, nice. Yeah, they kind of just walk straight past you. Don't appear to have noticed you at all. And they carry on
Just
descending the
see
stairs.
where they're going.
Yeah, they're just heading down, roughly the direction that you came from, heading back down
Yeah.
towards one of the lower decks.
Might ask some of the people, like, while they've gone past, like, once it's a bit of time, I might ask a couple of guys here to see if they've seen our little friends. Then after, like, a few seconds, like, I guess I'd follow them at a distance.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, there are plenty of people around. You step out of the this hub unit as they descend the stairs. You can just kind of just make out the uniforms in the skeletal metal of the staircase. But you're asking one of these miners if they'd seen any of your...
Yeah, it's either of the Ruskies.
Yeah. And this guy, he kind of, as you stop him, he kind of just looks you up and down with your Arbiter's uniform.
I could charismate if that would help.
Okay.
I mean, knowing my luck, I'll probably roll a 1.
Oh no, look at that.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, he kind of looks you up and down. He says, can I help you, Marshal?
I'm looking for two of my team, a couple of sturdy Russian fellows. Whatever passes for a Russian in this setting.
Well, that's pretty funny. Yeah. A marshal losing some marshals.
Yeah, I know. But you can't get good help these days. I think they kind of wandered off, and I think they've kind of got themselves lost. I was wondering if you or any of your boys may have seen them.
Wait, now you mention it, yeah, I saw them. They were in the bar. They were in the bar, maybe.
Of course.
Half an hour, 45 minutes ago, maybe.
Yeah. Is that the last time you saw them?
Yeah, they were talking to. They were talking to the chief.
Yeah.
Chief Gillen, Deputy Chief Rand.
Yeah. What do you think about those guys?
Yeah, seem all right. I think Gillen, he's a bit of a cold fish, but ex-military, maybe that's got something to do with it.
Maybe. All right. Well, thanks for your help.
Hey.
Here's a tip. I give him some credits or whatever.
Okay. He kind of smiles as you hand him the this loose change.
Well, not really loose change, but I don't know what the equivalent would be in this, but like
I don't know either. So let's just go with it.
Because they'll be like miners probably working for like nothing. Whereas if you give someone like 10 or 20 quid for like just helping out, yeah.
He knows
my head for the bar. Yeah, my head to the bar, then try and retrace their steps.
Sure.
So knowing them, they'll probably just go into a drunken brawl.
Excellent. And I think
a horrific stereotype.
That's probably a good point to cut to our two beleaguered heroes here.
Oh my god.
Who find themselves riding the express elevator to hell going down. This lift that you're in is descending, and you can see there's like a computer screen on the wall, and it's kind of showing you that it is descending, and you kind of, as you've kind of come to your senses after the shock you've had, you suddenly are aware that this lift is going down to the mine, and there's no air or atmosphere down there, and this doesn't look good. And I'd like you both to make pressure rolls if you wouldn't mind. It's your pressure bonus that you have to roll, both of you. Okay, Damien, you're okay. Surprisingly all right about this.
Pressure bonus.
Yeah, he was born in 0G.
Okay, Chris, you get to add 1 to your pressure level.
Yay.
Okay, so yeah, perhaps you're suddenly gripped by a sudden panic, Damien, as you kind of realise what is imminently about to happen. Kane, as you're or Christoph, you're kind of a little bit more. I don't know, like the subjective, maybe. I don't know. Is that the word?
We're
And
gonna
you know
die?
that somebody's gonna have to do something, and you kind of spy. There's like an emergency locker.
Yep.
Just behind Damien. Damien's got his back to why he can't see it. And there is like an emergency survival bubble that is in there. The only problem is it only holds one person.
Bite.
Can't remember Christoph's voice.
It was Russian. It was really heavily Russian.
Yeah.
Damien, quick,
No.
behind you.
I'll spin round and try to
Yeah,
see what he's.
you
Must
see this
get you
locker,
ready.
you see this locker there, with the survival bubble inside it. It's like this kind of plastic bubble thing that will kind of pressurize for a short period of time, but it will only hold one person.
Damien, get in quickly.
You take it. If I can
No.
get the lift to go back up, then I need to be at the screen. I can't erect a bubble around the screen.
Yes, but you also need to be alive to do this.
Yes, but if we get to the mine, we're going to be dead anyway.
Go fix it quickly. We haven't got time for this.
No. I just throw the bubble at Kane and I'll run over to the computer
Sure.
screen.
And you can hear this computerized voice comes over the like the speaker in the lift, and it basically says, "Arrival in 2 minutes."
All right.
This will be followed by a 60-second decompression procedure. Stand by. And this lift descends. You're heading over to the computer screen then.
Yep.
Good. So, do that. The computer screen, it's got a small terminal underneath it, but it just kind of a little graphic that's just basically showing you whereabouts you are. You know that you don't have much time.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and figure out some way to reverse the direction of the lift. Using the
Okay.
computer controls.
Yes,
There must be
let's
controls in here. The mine has come down.
of course, there's controls in here, and you can do stuff with them because you're clever.
Push the operator call. Yeah. Put the operator call button.
You'll be connected in 3 minutes.
Elevator music comes on.
Yeah.
You are
So
in the
you
queue.
can make a roll against. This is going to be education. You have.
Oh
I
yes.
already rolled it.
Hey, nice one. Did you add your bonus to it?
I didn't know, but it was
Oh.
a 6. So.
All right, we're not worried then. Sure. So the lift kind of plummets onward. This is going to take you a few minutes. When I say a few minutes, I mean a minute and a bit.
How long
Hold
until we
my
get
breath
to the
for a
bottom?
2 minutes
2
plus
minutes.
60 seconds for
2
decomp.
minutes and a
Yeah.
bit.
And the lift. You keep getting these messages kind of coming through saying decompression in like 1 minute, and things of this nature. And you kind of manage to get into the computer program. You are able to. You're actually reversing. That was a pretty good success. You wanting to actually send the lift back up, or you just want to stop it where it is?
No, I want to take it back up.
Okay. And
It's
so
a box inside empty space. It's a box inside the void. If we just stop it, we're just going to be sat here with a bit more air.
you will.
It's a good
You can
point.
press the yeah, and just at the last moment, you hit the return key on this terminal, and the lift just stops, and it waits there for a moment. It creaks gently, and
I think I got it.
and
Whatever
then
you do, don't open the door.
you feel it start to rise, and you breathe a sigh of relief as this lift starts to ascend. Outside, in the rover, you are you can see your ship on the landing pad ahead of you. Everything looks calm and quiet.
Like doing some really sick moves, like proper over like little canyons. Like it's epic. Like
All right, so you're not taking it easy or anything. You're trying to. Well,
very safe, very safe.
I think a roll might be required. If this is the case.
I think the high rolls have to run out eventually.
What am I rolling?
You are rolling. I think this will be agility.
Okay.
As you're making your way across it's really, really rugged and rough terrain. There are little canyons and little hills, and it's a bit of a nightmare. You are a helms person, are you not? Are you primary or secondary help?
Secondary, so a 1,
So
right?
Yeah, +1. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, the terrain is probably a little bit tricky than you realize. And as you're kind of bouncing along and doing some of these crazy maneuvers that you were referring to, the buggy kind of jumps over one of these little hillocks, and it doesn't come down probably as quick as you were expecting, and so you kind of end up falling down into a bit of a crevasse, the whole rover kind of tips sideways as it's kind of doing this, and lands awkwardly, and you hear from inside, crack from somewhere, and a warning comes up on the panel, basically kind of saying that you've got an issue with the suspension has now
I'm gonna
and he's no longer functioning at 100% efficiency. And it says something you can say hydraulic fluid. Yeah.
I'm gonna look Aisha dead in the eye, and I'll be like, "You're the engineer."
I thought it was, don't say anything to this about this anyway.
My bad.
Can you get outside and winch you winch the raker out of the crevasse?
Yeah. Hydraulic pressure at 50%. You're kind of stuck at a slight angle, but you can still move. The vehicle is still operable. You can carry on.
Do you think I should check it? You.
Yeah, because we're in the suits, so we can go outside, can't we?
You can. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I will go outside and check it. But it's like, Nico, we need the navigation. We need to know where we're going.
It's like, okay, fine. So while Isha's outside checking mechanically stuff, I'm gonna be on the computer, but I'll let you talk to her first.
Okay. So as Aisha, as you step outside in your precious, you're kind of aware of this whole landscape around you, kind of mainly ice. It's quite slippery, and the gravity is very low, almost non-existent. And so it's quite tricky moving around. I don't know if Aisha will have had much training in operating in such an environment, whether she would have called to. But that's a decision you can make.
An engineer. I'd like fixing things in different terrains because we travel all over.
All right, we'll say yes then. And you are outside. And you make your way around to the underside of where the vehicle's kind of propped up on an angle like this in this crevasse, and you're making your way along to where you can see one of the struts that has one of the wheels attached to it is kind of hanging a bit loose. You can see that it's. I mean, you know that you could probably still survive and drive this thing. There's like a fluid that's kind of spraying out in a steady arc, as well in little droplets are forming as this kind of thing is coming, and it's falling like snow.
So I'm going to assume that I would have tools, but I don't know.
I reckon there'd be a toolkit on this rover. I think that would make sense for there to be a toolkit on the rover somewhere.
So I'm gonna assess exactly what I would need. Essentially, I just want to not duct tape it, but tape the hole.
Yeah.
Fix so we could still be able to maybe get there and back.
I mean, you are going to be able to do this. I think we're just going to make a roll because I'd like to see how quickly you do this.
Okay. What do we need?
I think this is education. If you have an engineering background, is it a +2 or a +1?
Yeah, engineer is my primary.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a +2.
Education.
Okay, that's good. So it's going to take you a few minutes, but you identify the problem really, really quickly. You've luckily got the toolkit. It has the right equipment in there, and you can start patching this thing up. It's not going to be brilliant. It's not going to be as good as it would have been if the accident hadn't occurred. But you're fairly confident that it's going to hold. And while you're out there doing this, that's when there's a radar blip that appears on the scanner, Nico, as you're kind of looking at the nav computer. First of all, we'll deal with that as you go through the nav computer, and you can see these previous destinations that kind of scroll up. I mean, there's quite a few of them. But most of the rovers generally go from the same place to the same place, so it's not like an exhaustive list of millions of different locations.
Come on, Mark, there has to be something suspicious in there.
And perhaps you're drawn to one that occurred 16 days ago. Okay. And the identifications that were listed are Gillen and Rand. The other thing that you find a little strange is that that was the day they went out searching for Basket. But the path that they takes them directly to a single location about 8 kilometers away and then straight back.
Go away.
And that's when you notice the blip on the radar.
Do I? Is there anything else that I know from this blip? Like being a nav person?
Yeah, I think you can see it's coming from the outpost. You can assume it's the other rover.
Okay. Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna wait for Aisha to get back in.
Navigation skills, you can see it's coming your way.
Oh! In! Get back in! Get back in!
Have a spare.
Aisha! Get back in! Come on!
Vacuum's terrible.
I gotta make sure it's...
Just get back fucking in.
So you're getting this kind of heated kind of message over the comms. That seems to be coming from Nico. Sounds a bit panicky. And she's telling you to get in.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally wrap it up as quickly as I can and just jump back in.
As soon as she sits down, I'm gonna push the button so the door's shut. I'm like, there is probably something else coming towards us, and I don't trust anyone right now, so can we get out of here? Cool, good talk. Seatbelt on, let's go.
Okay.
Towards the ship.
And so you settle down into your seat and quickly try to buckle up your seatbelt, but Nico is gunning this thing already down this canyon.
You need to be we can't break it again.
Very carefully, but towards our ship, please.
So you're going towards the ship?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Yeah, sure, no problem. And I think we will jump back to Marcus, who is currently in the station. And did you say you wanted to follow these security guys?
Well, I was going to, because because I don't know if the security guards are actually going to lead me anywhere, but I've got a definite lead to the bar.
Okay, that's right. Sorry, you were going to the bar.
Yeah.
So you know that's on the kind of one of the higher decks. There was the lounge bar thing that you passed on your way up to SEO's office. And so you kind of make your way up there. And there's some you hear the bar before you get the kind of this heavy music that's kind of playing and blasting out from this place. The lighting in there is very subdued and dim, of course. And you kind of wander in. You get a few odd looks from folks as they see a marshal enter.
Yeah. I go up to the bar. Ask for the proprietor.
And this guy standing behind the bar, he's not particularly well dressed. He's kind of balding, wide face. He cleans a glass on this rag in front of him. He looks you up and down, says, "That'll be me, Marshal. Can I help you?"
Top man. I was wondering if you'd seen a couple of marshals in here earlier. Like not too long ago. They may have been with those security boys from upstairs.
Yeah, that's right. They were. They were here about 45 minutes ago. There was I don't know, things seemed a little tense actually, to be quite honest.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I don't know what that was all about, but they all left together.
Yeah, couldn't be that bad. You know what it's like when people have a few drinks.
Well, it's not like anybody been around for long, and you know, your marshal friends, they didn't order any drink.
Interesting. Do you happen to see where they went?
No, I think maybe I overheard them saying that they needed to find somewhere quieter, but I mean, who the hell knows where that'd be? Maybe maybe they went back to the security center. Who knows?
Maybe. I'll give it a shot. Did you see which door they went out of? Is there only one door?
Yeah, just that door there, Marsh.
Yeah.
Can I get you a drink before you go?
Sure, I'll take one for the road.
Sure. And he pours you this drink and sets it down in front of you.
We'll just knock it back like in one, and then I'll pay him double. Just
Yeah.
Thanks.
Because money solves
the door.
And
it does.
Yeah, he gives you a little salute as you knock back this drink.
I'll salute him back.
Yeah.
Polite. Yeah.
Good hunting, Marshal.
Thank you, my good man.
Yeah. So as you kind of step outside, out of the bar there, you're suddenly aware somebody kind of catches you on the shoulder.
All right.
And as you kind
can I do that? Is it like can I do that thing where you like grab and twist their hand?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Just like a reflex.
Yeah, and you hear this woman's voice go "ow" as you kind of do that, and as you turn around, you're kind of faced with this woman, and she's like,
"And who are you?"
And she says, "I'm Dr. Williams. Been looking for you everywhere, Marshal." And she looks your uniform. "Langdon, I need your help."
Okay, let's go find. What do you need my help with exactly?
Hey, we got Trolls' rating. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. Thank you very much. Yeah, she looks quite panicky.
Well, let's we need to find somewhere a bit more private to have this conversation.
Yeah, because the last time that a marshal did that, it turned out great.
Yeah, I know.
So
this is where we're gonna go type the next door along, and it's be like, oh, there was a fight in here. And you're like, oh, some blood that smells vaguely of vodka.
She kind of says, my stateroom's on the next floor.
Okay, we're back this quick. I'm trying to find two of my men that have disappeared.
They have? You don't know where they went? I'm
trying to track them down. They had an altercation, I think, with the security guys here, but I don't really know what happened after that.
Shit.
I have a feeling what you're going to tell me is probably related to what's probably going to happen to them.
Okay, she looks even more panicky. Sweat kind of breaking out on her forehead. She says, my stateroom is, let's say, it's just on the next deck. Let's go.
Okay, fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Go as quick as we can.
And you both run up the onto the next level, onto this kind of the carpeted level. And she takes you down this corridor and she looks furtively around as she kind of opens the door and gestures you to come in. And you're in one of these these are more exclusive, these staterooms that are kind of reserved for the senior staff, admin staff. You know, this is where SEO McKinnon had got her office and stuff like that. But the lighting is it's not good enough. It's still quite dark in here. And a lot of the amenities look very kind of dated, like from maybe a few decades past. She kind of gestures you to sit down on the couch that's there.
I'd rather stand. If you don't mind.
Sure.
Is this what's been happening with the miners by chance?
You know about it?
Bits and pieces. We've been trying to piece it together while we've been investigating this murder.
Your friends.
But it would be handy that if you could tie it all together for me.
Did Gillen get to them?
I believe so. Gillen and Rand? Those
Rand,
two
that would make sense. Look, a few months
they got in over their heads.
Yeah, something bad's been happening here. I think they're in the center of it.
Yeah.
It's like the autopsies that I did on the miners, they disappeared.
Is that the 5 or so over the last few months?
Yeah. You know about those.
We've had some records on the computers in the medical center.
Yeah, they said it was.
We were supposed to see them.
They said there was a system crash 2 months ago or something like that. They said there was a system crash, and the autopsies that I did, they were erased. Wendell was told to refile them, and he just wrote down what little information he had.
That's what it seemed like from what we saw.
Yeah. Anyway,
I think they're trying to make it look like mining accidents.
It is, but there's more to it. See, some of the victims, they were behaving kind of strangely before they died. I spoke to some of the people that witnessed it. You know, they said that they saw the miners acting strangely. That's one of them.
The rest was suicidal by chance?
Sometimes it was just calm. It was one of them. She took her helmet off. She took her helmet off just as she was standing down in the mine. But
it's a suicide.
The guys that were with her, they said they heard her talking to her husband and staring into space before she took her helmet. It doesn't make sense. But it's
maybe giving them something that messed with their heads.
Maybe. Anyway, there was some other incidents that just didn't add up. There was another miner who he was holding a mining charge.
Yeah.
Calm as anything. It was
just
counting down. So anyway, I was assigned to do the autopsies on them, and I carried them out. There's a substance in them. I couldn't identify it. I'd never seen anything like it before. Well, kind of like an amphetamine-based thing.
Yeah, performance enhancers. What I was thinking, because they mentioned their new policy created a boost in production, but at the same time all this other stuff happened. That's kind of seems to be whatever it is seems to be pushing people over the edge.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Anyway, I took a few notes, and she hands you this kind of data pack thing she had, and it kind of has some more of the information that she had written in the autopsies previously. And I'd like you to make. I mean, she kind of shows you this chemical compound that she found, And so I'd like you to make an education roll.
Cool. And add +1 because it's science.
You do.
Oh, do that. Ooh.
Oh, look at this, knocking it out of
9.
the park today. Right. So, yeah, you get to see.
I know where.
So that's what you discover that thing to be. You may know if you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
was happening. Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Explains why Rand and such are on board, because I imagine that's probably how they were able to procure it in the first place.
Yeah. So let's jump back now to our two friends who are now. The lift arrives back at its station at the on the lower deck there, and the doors start to swing open. There are some miners that are just getting ready for their shift, and they're kind of just checking their suits out in the kind of the hallway there, just as the lift kind of opens up, and they see you kind of standing there without pressure suits, and their kind of jaws are dropping as they see it.
Yeah, please don't make them. They sound like they've been tested on.
What? What are you doing?
Lift inspection. Carry on.
Okay, so, yeah, you step out the lift.
We had 8 miners die on the same day.
The Colonial Marshal Service cannot be held responsible for the actions of Christoph Kane.
The weakness of capitalism.
So,
it's my job here. I just read out the disclaimers every time he walks past them.
No, Chad didn't hear it. No, sorry guys, I've been muted.
Himself again.
Oh my god!
So Christoph comes out and he's like,
Spoiled.
"I don't need no suits." That's what you missed, Chad. Oh wow, I am such an idiot. Sorry guys, I did a good joke and you missed it.
I thought your keyboard flashed or something.
It did. That's how I noticed.
Oh,
The
man.
workaround is not successful.
All the red lights are down here, and I was looking up here. Sorry. Yeah, so
it's unfortunate when you mute yourself and then you come back with this is what I wish I'd said.
Yeah. Oh.
Let the record show.
Yes.
Yeah.
On our way past the miners and getting out of this area, I'm going to look for something like a crowbar, something big and heavy.
Oh. I reckon you can find some kind of piece of technological mayhem, I reckon, without too much difficulty.
These miners, what do they use?
Well, they've got. I mean, their equipment is generally quite heavy duty. It's probably down maybe in the mine shaft, like the big percussion drills or whatever it is they're using.
Yeah. Is there anything like that?
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
Christoph was looking at maybe something a bit more interesting of a weapon, like a drill or something that's just been left.
Fuck it, yeah, there's going to be a drill.
And he's just going to pick up the drill and he's like, right. Nobody tries to kill Christoph.
Yes. And so, yes, you have acquired kind of a heavy-duty kind of drill. It's a two-handed thing, right? You're looking at something like a jackhammer, which they use for boring into rock. Is that what you're after?
Yeah.
And you're going to use this. You're going to brandish this like a weapon.
Yeah. I'm going. Well, he's not gonna he's gonna hold it as if ready to use it as a weapon, but he's not gonna make it obvious. He's just gonna make it look like he's carrying it. Sort of thing.
Okay, so where are you taking this thing?
We're going back to the bar. No, we're gonna go back to security. Security
to find center. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh shit. So. Yeah, you head up to one of the higher levels there. Actually, no, it's the lower level. security center. It's not too far from where you are. And you're standing in front of these double doors that kind of slide open. You see these the corporate security guys kind of all sat around on their desks, much as they were before. It's Damien. You've got yourself a big kick-ass kind of crowbar thing, yeah?
Yep.
So you're standing there holding a jackhammer and a crowbar. These security guys their heads kind of turn, or a few of them kind of turn as the door opens, and they look at you, and then double take.
Somewhere along the way, by the way, I would have checked if our radios are working. And if so,
I assume we
the captain
don't
of
have
what
our
we're doing before we
radios.
smash things up.
Okay, in
I would have
fact,
thought if we're being chucked in a lift, we're not going to have radios. Otherwise, why didn't we use them? We're in the lift!
that is a very good point.
Well, I figure the expensive paid security personnel probably know ways of disabling our comms. But if they didn't...
Yeah. No one thought to check. Everyone just assumed it would happen.
This is a bit kind of low-tech, high-tech. So they probably
it's like
to be like you probably won't be carrying a weapon.
It's like security's lock on our spaceship.
Yeah.
They assumed no one would try to break in, so they just put the minimal requirements in.
Right.
Yes.
So, yeah, you're not going to be able to get to a radio. However, there'll be like comms panels scattered around. If you wanted to try and make use of one of those to maybe get hold of Langdon, if that's what you wanted to do.
Damien, couldn't you possibly locate where he might be?
I'll take a look.
Better
I'll walk up to
still,
one of the comms panels and
you could lock down the station. Would make it
I'll
easier.
see if there's some way to... I don't know, do we have some sort of encrypted channel that we know how to access? I mean, obviously, if we're Colonial Marshals, we get dispatched on somewhere like this.
You find out they taught us Morse code. No one else.
I think that's a fair assumption.
It's just us and old Earth historians.
Yes, the only people that use A, radio, and B, Morse code. In fact, you're all attached by telegraph wires.
Yeah. No, it's two bean cans and a string. It's two bean cans and a
Follow the
string.
line.
Yeah, we just have cups on string. But it's
You need to pull the cup tighter. It's too loose. It's breaking up.
I would love it if it is just radios and Morse code, so everyone in the station just hears. Just really annoyed.
Right. So you are, yes, I think that's a fair assumption that there would be some kind of, you would know maybe a certain channel that you would be using.
Yeah.
You might have to kind of maybe manipulate the equipment a little to kind of get it to communicate with Marshall.
Figure it out.
Which exactly, but you're a scientist, god damn it. So yeah, if you wanted to make a roll, I think that's a fair assumption, and you can try and get a hold of the Capitan.
Yep.
1 second.
Yeah, that's a success.
I did roll and I rolled
You
it
did.
twice. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's fine. We don't care. Cool. And so the communicator, Langdon's communicator crackles, and he hears.
Captain, Vilkis.
Hope this is... Yes?
They tried to kill us. They put us in a lift to the void. We've escaped.
Yeah.
Well, you know what
Good with
Kane
being
is like.
Where are you? Where can I find you?
Well, I'm fairly certain Kane is going to the security center. He has a
Okay. Go to
large
the security center.
jackhammer.
Make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Well, more stupid than last time.
Sir,
And I'll meet
isn't
you
this
there.
why we hired Kane?
I don't remember hiring him. I thought you did. Well, you say we just got some hobo on our ship, and he just decided to be the security guy.
Yeah.
Sir, we're gonna have to put a pin in this and talk to Nico when she's back.
Oh, you don't want to bring her into this. She's just argumentative.
Yes,
Okay. So I'm going to turn back to what's
Williams,
the name?
Dr. Williams.
Williams. Doctor, do you Do you have any backups of this information, or is this all you have?
Well, no, that's all I had. I figured the system would back up, but when the system crash occurred, strangely, they didn't have the backups for those reports.
Interesting.
Anyway,
I'll take this with, because this would be quite good evidence for what we need to take them down. I have a feeling my 2 missing marshals have decided to go and get their own back on the security chiefs of this station.
yeah, she goes kind of a little bit pale.
And
we're going to jump back to Nico and Aisha as they're at the rover kicks into high gear, and you're kind of driving down this crevasse on an angle as this you can hear something you're on the radar blipping away, getting closer. It does appear to be another rover. That's what it's kind of identified as on the computer screen there. It seems to be coming towards you. You know that you can, you may have to do some fancy maneuvering, A, to get out of this canyon, and B, if you wanted to get to your ship.
So,
have you mentioned to Aisha about your findings on the computer?
No.
They have a computer. You haven't. Okay.
We just got told to strap in and just
However-
go. And
However, as I'm driving, Aisha, look at the nav thing. There's like shit going on. Like, oh, so just look at it because I've forgotten already.
Okay, good. Well, I tell you what, you're gunning it down,
poor Aisha.
and now the other rover is probably coming alongside above you. You can see it on the radar. You can't actually see it, but as you're heading down this canyon, it's kind of gunning along the top above you. You were going to try and what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna open up comms.
Okay.
Beep, beep, to local surroundings, and I'm gonna go, "Hello, who's there?"
who dis?
Damn, beat me to it.
And I look at Aisha, but I'm like,
Hello.
You get no reply. It's just like a static over the radio.
"Okay."
Where did it come from? Did it follow us out?
I don't know. It's following us, that's for sure, which makes me really nervous. But
It came
I
from
mean-
the outpost. You knew that. You spotted that when you kind of saw it appear on the radar.
yeah, that's exactly what I just said. It came from the outpost,
Ooh.
a really suspicious outpost.
Sure you
They
did.
on the day, like
The only-
16 days ago, they headed out, and it was really, come on, I want to get out. I'm gonna keep trying to drive a little bit.
Okay, I think we should have a roll. This isn't going to be easy.
I hope Nico and Damien never have to team up to do a plot synopsis.
Don't you love being alone with me?
Yeah, actually, it might be safer if you just got out and walked to the spaceship.
What am I rolling?
This is going to be once again. I think this is going to be agility.
Okay.
You have got your helm background that you can add I think it's a +1, isn't it, for this? And with a flip of the steering, this thing, your rover kind of as you punch you hit the accelerator, it kind of flips up along the side of the canyon. You're riding along the side for a moment before it jumps up out of the top of the canyon on the opposite side. You can just make out now this other rover. It's kind of somewhat behind you on the opposite side of the canyon, and both of you, as you're zipping along, you're kicking up this kind of this dust and ice behind you as you race at breakneck speed across this plain.
Skillfully, but very carefully.
Yes. Your ship and the landing pad, you can see it kind of off to your right. It's kind of maybe 1 or 2 kilometers away.
Okay.
It's
I'm
just
gonna
kind of sat
turn.
there on the landing pad.
I'm gonna turn to Aisha, and I'm gonna be like, on the comms, just type in the pad for the ship, like connect it, because surely you can like type in the key code from the rover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Am I
sounds
right
easy
now?
enough.
Yeah.
Why don't you remote?
Really?
Why don't you remote hack the other buggy?
And shut, that's not what I'm thinking. So like, I'm driving really fast, and I'm like,
Yep.
the key code, it is. I'm hoping you type it in. It is 553780008.
Okay.
What's your ID number? The entry code for the ship is 1234.
I'm hoping we're getting quite close to the ship at this point. And I'm
Well, I
hoping
say
that
you were
works.
about
Yeah.
I think, a kilometre away.
So-
maybe 2 kilometers, I think. And you are fortunately on the right side of the canyon as well, which is more than can be said for the other rover. And so you gun it and hang a right. And the other rover kind of slows down. Looks like he's going to attempt to jump, maybe. But you're gunning it now towards your ship. And that is when there is a sudden white light that just kind of goes across the entire horizon. Yeah, much like that. Across the entire horizon. And it blinds you momentarily as you're punching, as you're heading towards the landing pad. And even as it kind of dissipates, the white light, you can't see your eyes. It's that bright. It's been this massive flash.
Are you telling me I've just crashed into my ship like chat said?
No, you didn't crash into your ship.
No, the ship blew up.
And
is he right? Did it just?
You said you set the self-destruct code accidentally.
You gave me the access to.
Anyway,
Did it blow up?
well, when your vision starts to clear, which is taking you some time, you even have to slow down because you can't see at all. And ahead of you, there's just like a twisted wreckage of landing pad. There's not much left. A huge cloud of dust has risen and is kind of just blasting out into space above you, silently, because it's a vacuum.
That's coming out of your paycheck. That's coming out of your paycheck, Missy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Aisha after I scream and go, "Can you fix it?"
It is very.
Technically, the weapons are safe.
Was that the main ship or like a shuttle? Please tell me.
That was your ship. That was your ship. And it is no more. Yeah, there's no sign of the ship at all. That's completely vaporized. But the landing pad is an absolute twisted wreck of metal, ferroconcrete, and whatever. It's just there's just a huge cloud of debris floating around it at the moment.
Aisha, can you try and get Magnus on comms? Like, we need to tell him that. Yeah.
Don't worry, he's going to find out in a few minutes.
They blew up. They blew up my ship.
You can't have shockwaves in space. There's no.
I'm gonna keep driving, and I don't know. I'm just driving.
Just pretend nothing happened.
Okay, where are you?
Where the other one is?
What's that? Sorry.
Where the other rover is?
Yeah.
You want to drive to the other rover?
Nah, I'm just want to keep an eye on it. See if they turned around and would they?
Are they on the opposite side of the canyon?
They were, yeah. And you on the
they
radar,
still?
you can see that they've stopped. They're kind of on the other side. You're not sure. They'd kind of drawn back a bit, as if they're actually going to try and jump the canyon. But obviously, then they were blinded by the flash, just like you were. So they are kind of stopped at the moment. And then suddenly the comms is like there's like a chatter of comms all over. Just lots of frantic voices and people shouting and screaming at each other, asking what's going on, and saying there are people trapped in such and such, and yeah, it's just an absolute mess. It's very frantic.
So like that's just caused a massive, like a knock-on effect to the actual station.
Well, you're not quite sure because the station's a few kilometers from the landing pad. So the station probably won't feel anything for a while until the debris starts coming down again, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just try the comms.
Yeah. Comms is very, very busy at the moment, and yes, you're trying to get through. You can hear somebody saying, "Who's this? Who's this? What? Get off this channel! Get off this channel!"
And in between that, you've got.
So Nico's pretty freaking pissed off. And Nico is going to start beelining towards the rover.
Oh, the other one.
Yeah, let's see what Aisha does to stop her, because I'm going straight up.
Not even right. You're just doing it. I'm trying to get that remote channel set up so we can actually figure it out.
Okay, in that case, you can make a roll because you're trying to contact the team, much like Vilkis did, right? So if you want to make that roll too, you can add you can either add science or engineering.
Education.
Yep.
Nope, didn't do it. There we go.
Okay, right. You're struggling, and it's probably because there's so much chatter going on. Like every spare channel seems to have been taken. You just can't seem to raise anyone, and there's a lot of frantic people requesting help and or basically demanding to know what's going on and what's just happened. Nico, you turn the rover around. You kind of make out the metallic speck just over the other side of the crevasse. You going for it?
Going for it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry if I kill you.
The wheels
Where she dies.
yeah, the wheels spin underneath you, the rover, before catching and engaging, and then the next thing you know, you're racing across this terrain towards the crevasse. And we'll jump back to the guy.
Man. Just thinking how many miners are they killed at work today.
Yeah.
Well,
were we sent to help the station?
This is helping.
Well, this is what happens when you booby trap your spaceship, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so you guys.
Yes.
You're standing outside the security center at the moment. Langdon, you know that they're outside the security center because Vilkis has told you. What are you doing? I mean, this is a collective. What are you doing?
Trying to convince Kane not to go in.
I'm trying to intercept them before they do something stupider than last time.
Okay.
I'll take the copy of the evidence.
Yeah,
Because,
sure.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if they send someone after her. I'll tell her to like lock her door and stay. Tell Williams to lock your door.
Yeah, if they know that I've spoken to you, they'll kill me.
Yeah, don't go out until I've cracked this. Like, yeah, stay in here until I come back. And then I'll tell you when we've dealt with it, and then you'll be safe.
Is the door to security closed at the moment?
No, it's kind of just open in front of you, and these security guys have just kind of looked round, seen you standing there with your marshal uniforms, and done a bit of a double take.
Does Christoph, with security knowledge, know how to, say, shut and permanently lock said door?
There's a panel on the side of the door there, and I think that perhaps maybe going at that with the jackhammer might have some effect.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what he's going to do. He's just going to ram it into the panel if he knows that it will cause the lockdown.
Right, so you basically, what happens? They hear this drill start up.
Yeah.
You jam it at the control panel on the side of the door, and the door starts to close. And you see these guys get up, draw their weapons, and they're about to fire through the door as it closes.
Bye.
And then somebody's rushing over and he's hitting the control panel on the other side. And then you can hear him shouting something into his radio. Well, you don't hear it, but you see him shouting into the radio through the window.
Right, I think that will have brought the attention of the security leader. He'll be here shortly.
Excellent. But
Now all we have to
I
do
suspect
is
this goes
wait.
past him.
What do you
So
mean?
maybe not hitting everything with the jackhammer.
If I wasn't going to hit things with the jackhammer, why would I bring a jackhammer?
Just to look cool in front of your gangster friend.
Why don't you make yourself useful and get one of those terminals and see if you can secure some of these areas, and I will make sure that we don't end up in a lift again. Unintentionally.
Is he gonna cut the lift cable?
Yeah. And
How long does it take to get from Williams's quarters to the security room?
It's down the opposite side of the the
Oh,
security
no.
center's on one of the lower decks. But you're running, right? You're sprinting.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like without parental supervision for far too long at this rate.
Yeah,
we've
Yeah.
got it too long. It's been too long.
Might
already.
I'm going
you-
to...
might take you a minute or two to get down there. Yeah.
Just sprinting through the station, be like, fire!
I'm going to have divided attention for a minute here.
Yes.
Because part of me is making sure Kane doesn't go jackhammering anyone.
Mm.
Well,
I mean,
the rest
you,
of my
right,
brain...
you know, right? Kane would not.
I don't know.
He's
Jackhammer
awfully
the
like
wall.
You would have
security.
found something on the ship that would blow it to pieces.
Well, it was secure.
I rest my case.
Did anyone
the rest
steal
of
it?
me
Yeah. I think
No.
we've just established Christoph is not subtle.
looking for the comms panel,
Yeah.
nearest comms panel, and I need to know the locations of Magnus, obvious reasons,
Mhm.
and Rachel McKinnon.
Yes. Yes. Let's do this. Let's make a roll. See if we can find them.
Sehr gut. Wait, no, that's German. Never mind.
Okay. Nice one. Yeah. So you kind of it's difficult to get a lock on Magnus for some strange reason. He appears to be moving rapidly through the station at this time. However,
Alien's
Makes
motion
sense.
scanners, where it's just like coming at you very. Like,
Here.
he's in the vault.
whereas McKinnon apparently is in her office, which is on the deck, top deck, as you know, as you've been there.
That makes sense.
Yes. So you managed to locate those. Yeah, Magnus seems to be on his way. You kind of estimate he's on his way to you. And he's moving quite frantically. In fact, you got a 9, didn't you? You
Yep.
can't locate Nico or Aisha.
That's problematic, but I'm
Yeah.
mostly looking for the captain.
Hmm.
While I'm here, I may as well check where Security Chief Gillen and Deputy Chief Rand are,
Okay.
Uh-oh.
just in case they're waiting behind us.
He's behind you. Now, it says that Gillen is not located on the station. Rand is also not located on the station.
Really?
No.
We'll never find out what happened to those guys.
I'm sorry, Aisha.
Yeah. One of them seems to be everywhere.
Oh no.
No, kidding.
I'm just going to keep an eye on the corridors and wait for Magnus to show up then.
Okay, Christoph, you have shut this door. What's your intention now? It appears your comrade, should I say, comrade. He seems to want to kind of wait for something. Magnus, I think he's probably telling you.
Magnus, whatever that word means.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you waiting? Did you tell Christoph where the locations of these as well, or are you keeping that to yourself, Damien?
I'd just say to Christoph, we'll wait here for the captain. He's coming quickly.
Okay.
Good. Is there an airlock near us?
Wait a second.
I'd imagine that there wouldn't be one too far. I figure there'd probably be one on most decks, if only for emergency.
A window, maybe?
A window, not on the lower.
One of those
It's not
opens the
risky.
void windows.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Christoph's looking for a get out of jail here. He needs something
right.
as a bargaining
Now,
chip.
I want to point out, right? If you open a window on a space station,
It gets breezy.
everybody dies.
Yes,
It's
but he
quite simple.
Christoph
technically, no one would be
realizes
alive
it.
to arrest him.
But he basically just wants something that would stop them from just outright shooting at them. If he had,
Oh,
a
you want to use it as
reason
kind of yes.
as
So if you
leverage
want-
for the situation.
Got yeah.
He may not actually do it.
Roll me a six-sided dice. Let's have a look and see whether there's anything like a window nearby on this deck. Why not? Let's have a window on this deck. There's perhaps like a small along one of the corridors. There's probably like a window or whatever, which is kind of acting as just like an observation window on this particular deck. There aren't too many windows on the lower level, but you have found one, or you know where one is.
Christoph will place the drill on the window so that if he presses it, it will just shatter it.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Fair enough.
This is going to backfire horribly.
Do you think? I don't know how it could.
I was the one doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, the one. Yes, it's a good thing no one with pressure levels is holding a.
It's
I'm
all right.
the nearest airtight door between me and Christoph.
Christoph doesn't need air suit.
And you're probably thinking at this moment, I really, really would like to have an airtight door between me and Christoph. And that, when the alarm goes off and the whole station just erupts with this kind of emergency alarm.
Oh, no.
Like a almost red alert screeching through the whole facility. And I think it even makes Christoph jump. Because he's got this drill against the window.
In Soviet Russia, drill hammer, hammer you.
And maybe he even thinks that he has set the damn thing off. I don't know, but that's kind of blasting its way through the entire station at the moment. And then you kind of there's like through the tannoy. You kind of hearing this computer voice saying, "Prepare for impact. Prepare for impact." Just kind of repeating itself over and over again.
I'm not prepared for impact.
No. And you're kind of thinking, what the hell's going on?
Can I spin back to the comms panel? And
Yes.
Is there any sort of exterior sensors here? Anything that would scan for? Essentially, can I access a system that's warning us that there's going to be an impact?
Yes. I mean, most definitely you can. I mean, all the comms channels seem to be absolutely lit up when you're looking at them. You're kind of unsure as to what the hell's going on. But you may be able to find a way through the chatter if you wish. I think you need to make a roll because we made Asia do a roll, so I think you need to do a roll too. And it's not going to be easy. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay.
What are you thinking? Education?
I think it's more likely to be education. You can add your bonus, remember, because you've got your science or education background, whichever's highest. Let's see. That would be a success. Yeah.
No, I was German again. My brain's screwed up now.
Yep.
It's still a 9. And yeah, I think what hits you first is that you maybe get an exterior view of the station momentarily through your comms channel, or it would be a view from the landing pad. And all you can see there is like fire. You can see twisted metal, bits of like ferroconcrete that have been scattered around the area. Everything is absolutely destroyed. You've just got this one camera that's just flickering slightly and looks like in bad shape itself. None of the other cameras you can access inside that facility. And there's no sign of your ship.
Christoph, did you set the self-destruct?
Yes, it's standard protocol. Why?
Well, it's...
It worked.
self-destruct.
Yeah, you found out he put on a 4-hour timer instead of like just primed.
It's like turning the microwave on. If you don't turn the dial far enough, you're screwed.
But it would only self-destruct if somebody tried to gain entry.
Yes, well, did you have a plan for us to get off this planet? After the self-destruct.
Well, I mean, I know how to turn it off. Why would they? I told them when we left. Why would they try and get back on the ship if they...
It might not have been them. It might have been the security chief.
Well, at least now they don't get our ship. Right.
And
Okay.
neither do we.
Have a look on the computer thingy. See if there is a dock nearby where we can commandeer another ship. We'll have to go to Plan C.
I'm going to have a look at the computer thing and see if there's a dock nearby where we can commandeer another ship and go to Plan
Wow.
C.
I think we're kind of looking maybe at a Plan D or even a Plan Z at the
Oh
moment.
no, Plan D was destruct that ship. We've already done that one.
Christoph Plan is on Plan C. Plan A, negotiation. Plan B, kill us all. Plan C, maybe try and escape.
Okay. I mean,
Christoph activates plans U, S, S, and R in that order.
it's a plan, I suppose. Langdon, at this moment, there's a lot of frantic people kind of rushing and getting in your way as this alarm is going off. You have no idea why, but the tannoy is blaring out. Brace for impact, or whatever it is. Prepare for impact. You're not sure what's going on, but there's a lot of panicky people.
How far away am I from the guys now?
Yeah, I'd say that you're very, very close.
At least when I find them, I can at least know that that half of my team hasn't been responsible for doing something problematic.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Sure.
So we'll find out.
And rounding a corner in one of these horribly narrow corridors, you kind of see Christoph. There's kind of like a pale light that's kind of coming in through the window, reflecting off the landscape, kind of illuminating both Damien and Christoph in this corridor. The alert klaxon is going off and starting to kind of really grate on you. But
you still have the jackhammer against the window.
He has a jackhammer against the window.
Christoph, you maniac!
What?
Put that drill down before you kill us all.
We need
There's enough problems to
leverage.
deal with.
That's a jackhammer, Captain.
Look,
Leverage for what? Killing civilians?
well, no, we have trapped security, and the guy who tried to kill us is on the way.
Which guy that tried to kill you?
I have no
jackhammer
confirmation
down.
of that.
Damien, who was the guy that we were in the room with who tried to kill us?
Right. Captain, the security chief and deputy security chief tried to kill us. They're no longer on the station.
There you go, see?
There you go.
Wait, they're no longer on the station?
I don't know if
Then
they're
why
coming
am I holding a Dracula against the window? Why would you not tell me this?
Because you're an idiot, Christoph. Put the thing down before you kill someone.
Well, the plan
what's
is
the alert
ruined
about?
now. And he put
Now, what's the alert about? How's the ship?
ship has gone boom.
I mean,
What do you mean, well?
the
I know you're not great. I know you're not great with descriptions in a short time frame, but please do your best.
Sir, the ship has
There
gone boom.
appears to have been an incident.
It has gone boom.
We no longer have a
How
ship.
does Christoph know this? He's been at the window threatening to kill everyone.
Damien has mentioned he asked about the self-destruct 2 minutes ago.
I mean, he's only just told you that the guys that you thought were kind of an ambush, you were outside the building.
I
I
suppose
don't know
that-
why he didn't tell me that before.
I suppose one of the things that might actually be a concern right now is that when Magnus left Nico and Aisha, they were driving to the ship
Yeah.
at this moment in time.
Damien, is that sorry? Was Damien only? Did you only have a scanner, or could you try to see if you can get comms through to the other two? I want to find out what they've done to my ship.
I can try, Captain. The comms are messed up and there's a lot of noise. Hang on.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll try and clear up the comms and get something to
Yeah.
Aisha and Nico.
Yeah, wait. Oh my god. They better be dead.
Do you want me to roll again for that one? Or?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Now, sir, I know you argued against the self-destruct system, but I still have argument for it.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, I think any arguments gets an instant vetoed at the next Watch We Eat Us All on the ship meeting. Friggin' lunatic.
Anyway, we're going to find out exactly what message comes back to Damien as the rover is racing across the surface towards of this canyon. Towards this canyon. The other rover appears to be kind of starting to back up for some strange reason. But you are punching it, and you're about to reach the edge of the canyon.
How deep? Like, how deep is this canyon? Like, if I'm
The one
jumping,
you just came out of, it's probably about 40 or 50 feet deep.
and the speed that I'm going, I'm just gonna.
You're going to remember that this is a low gravity environment, so you
Yeah.
might go into orbit if you time this wrong.
Yeah, you might start getting descent about 100 meters up in the air. Who knows?
Oh man, I really wish somebody would tell me to stop right now.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, there's a good chance that there's going to be a death within the next 20 minutes or so.
Like, how deep's the canyon? Deep enough that you probably don't have to worry about it if you fail this roll.
Yeah.
Do
Let's
I
face it, you're not going to die from the fall, but if you time it wrong and you impact into the side of the canyon, that's going to be pretty terminal.
Oh,
So
is that good?
like-
That would be a perfect time to get comms working. Like, can you
Yeah,
find
well,
them?
all you hear is,
I heard them screaming and exploded.
As I get near to the edge of the canyon, I am full on brake and I'm fuming. Do I manage to stop or do I go over the edge?
I think we should find out by rolling.
What would you like me to roll?
I would like you to roll. This is going to definitely be agility. Obviously, your helm, you can use that bonus too.
Jesus, being your team leader is stressful.
Oh!
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. Well,
I tried stopping.
on the plus side, a 3-person ship is a lot cheaper than a 5-person one.
Yeah.
More
In
money
the
for
words of Matt
self-destruct.
Mercer, how would you like to do this?
Describe how you go boom.
Okay.
With classical music.
The rover takes to the air. Well, except there's no air. It takes to space. Now, you've mistimed it, clearly.
No, my dice did.
And you're going to come down heavy. You're going to basically, as you kind of clear the canyon, the back end of the rover is kind of down at an angle like this, and it smacks the bottom, and basically the back two wheels on that back axle basically just kind of falls away, and is kind of catapulted off into space, and your rover just kind of skids and scrapes along the floor. I think we're going to have to take some damage here, people, because you're going to get shaken around inside this cabin.
Oh shit!
I think it's going to take.
Strength.
Yeah, I think you're going to take.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're both one strength.
Yeah, I think you're going to take 2 points of damage, which will both put you both at a -1. So you're out. As
I
this
feel
thing
so bad.
screeches to or grinds to a halt on the opposite side of the canyon. Yeah, you bash yourselves on the interior of the rover. Perhaps even the harness doesn't hold because of the impact. And you're thrown about inside the cabin, and you are both bark.
Sorry.
So, the radio. You get no reply.
Exo, Vilkis, you copy?
Well, if you somehow pull through from this, there's another. You could always hijack the other rover.
I'm not getting a response, Captain. I'm fairly certain I cleared the comm channel.
They probably blew up the ship in themselves, the idiots.
I mean, that's probably the reasonable assumption is that they have just terminated in an explosion.
But they
when
knew
the ship-
about the self-destruct.
They did.
I mean, it doesn't mean they knew how to defuse it. Or they put in the wrong code, or they forgot to carry the one. Who knows? All we know is we have all the evidence. The bad guys are outside. Who are the guilty parties.
We could commandeer an attack vessel and go after them, sir.
Attack vessel? There's no such thing.
Have an attack vessel.
Any vehicle with Christoph in is an attack vehicle.
Yeah.
For a very short time frame.
Do we have any communications off planet or asteroid or?
Oh,
whatever?
you could, but it will take weeks or several days to reply. Mate, yeah, you're effectively on your own, which is why you guys have got so much power, I guess.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd send off the message anyway.
Yeah.
While we have the moment.
I mean, you would need to probably go to an actual comm center rather than a local communication panel.
Unfortunately, the security area is closed for the time being.
Well, we guess we have to try and hunt down these other two.
Right.
Because they're the ones behind this whole mess.
Would we not have our own tracking system to locate
that's
each
why
other?
that's why Aisha and Nico were going to the ship to be able to track you guys
And get the guns.
and get
So
the
we've got a
gun.
tracking system. It's just currently in several thousand pieces spread
And
across
in
the
orbit.
landing pad.
Damien, could you not use their computers and hone in on our tracking frequency to locate the others?
I don't think so. Not without the. I'll give it a try.
Yes,
where are
that
they?
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I think you should
our
give it a
navigator
try.
is over there, over there, over there.
All around the ship.
Yeah.
So yes, I'll try and reorient some of the outside scanners to pick up on our tracking frequencies.
Okay.
Oh,
He's
yes.
knocking out these rolls tonight.
Yes.
Okay, you managed to locate their comm signal. It seems to be kind of flickering in and out. This, like there's some kind of interference, or if there's an issue somewhere, and they are outside the station. They're probably a couple of kilometers away from the landing pad. So either they were thrown clear a long way. Which
seems unlikely.
Which is unlikely.
I have a PhD in gravitational ballistics.
You certainly do. You're fairly convinced that they probably weren't near the ship when this explosion occurred.
Yeah. At least they have pressure suits.
I mean, it
They
looks
better
like
have not
they were
wasted those pressure suits.
away from the explosion, but they're not moving. I'm not sure, Captain.
Can you use their location and possibly see if there's a camera in the area? Might get you a better clue of what's going on.
I don't think there are
There's
any
no
cameras that
out
far.
that way. No.
Is there any
anyone
vessel?
else out there? Oh, they're the only ones out.
With that roll, yes.
Can I reconfigure it to try? Yeah, fair
You
enough.
can. I think with that roll, you'll be able to tell that as well. There is another vehicle out there. Yeah. And it appears to have Gillen's ident attached to it at the moment.
Not Rand?
Not Rand.
Oh, that's
It
weird.
looks like Chief Gillen's out there nearby. Perhaps he.
He's gone
So
to
those
effect
two
rescue.
misfits hadn't actually blown up the ship. I wonder if perhaps Rand blew himself up and Gillen's the only one left. who we can actually only take to court.
Sir, if we can commandeer another vehicle, we can go out and rescue them and capture the prisoner in one.
I'm pretty sure there must be another airlock with another set of rovers we can commandeer.
Damien, you might be able to find them on the system, yes?
Yeah.
You know, I have other skills other than looking at a map.
Do you feel a bit like All
you've
you
been
can do
saying
is
that
say-
for six months. Yeah, you've been saying that for 6 years now. We still don't believe it.
alien frequencies open?
Christoph just pats him on the back. Sure you do. Now find where they are.
Yeah.
Get off me, Christoph. I'm
Right.
going to look through inventory records. I need a airlock with at least one active rover, at least 3 pressure suits that will fit
Okay.
large gentlemen.
Now, rovers
Looks
are.
pointedly at Christoph.
Yeah. His ego doesn't need a pressure suit.
So, there are no rovers. There were only 2 rovers for the station. However, there is perhaps a loader that you could redirect that had somehow escaped the blast from the landing pad. You got a bunch of loaders that kind of move ore and that around from between the station to the landing pad. And one of those was perhaps on its way back or had just returned when the explosion occurred. So you could probably redirect that, maybe commandeer that.
Yeah. I'll redirect that to an airlock we can access.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they don't have visible spectrum cameras on them. They wouldn't need to as
No,
automated
no,
systems.
not really.
While Damien's doing this, Christoph will have headed over to try and find some spacesuits. He'd have
Sure.
backtracked to some of the, all the people who were panicking and might see a few people in suits and commandeer them. Or nowhere.
Yeah,
Or,
I guess this is the thing. At the moment, you've got an alert gun, which is kind of warning people of an impact.
Hmm.
So people are probably already climbing into spacesuits at the moment.
Christoph will see where that is and go and commandeer 3 suits that will work.
Well, yeah. I mean, I figure that if there's an airlock nearby, you may be able to go and maybe grab a couple of even emergency type suits out of there. Maybe they won't last as long as like a regular kind of pressure suit that the miners are using. But they're supposed to be for emergencies. There's an emergency going on.
I believe this does classify.
I think it
Yeah.
does qualify.
Christoph will commandeer them, and he will also get 2 extras just in case.
Okay.
His
Well,
crew
don't push
need
your luck,
them.
sunshine.
He's
I
just
think-
gonna bring all the suits. I got suits.
Right. So what I think we might have to do here is that I want you to roll a 6-sided dice.
Yep.
We'll divide by 2. That's how many suits you find that are not being
not
used.
again.
Are we rounding up?
I think we're going to round up.
Yes! Christoph!
Yeah.
I get to go outside. I'm so actually, I'm kind of glad I didn't have a pressure suit last time.
Yeah, you could be somewhere real fun right now.
Sure. So you've managed to find 3 of these emergency suits.
Yep.
Air supply is probably about 8 hours.
Yep.
But you have them. You bring them back to your comrades.
Yep.
I take it you're all starting to put them on.
Yep. I'll
Excellent.
just indicate the others in the direction of the airlock. I've set up a vehicle in airlock 6. This way, through here, 2 rights.
Excellent.
See, you are good at computers. Right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, you keep this up, soon you'll be a navigation officer.
Yes, we may need a new
Funnily
one.
enough, we have a
Because
yeah,
he wants a replacement.
we have a vacancy. Right. So-
As it turns out, yeah, we pruned off some of the hierarchy in the recent past.
Well, this is how you get promotion in the Arbiters. You kill
Yeah.
people above you.
Keep what you
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah, she handed in her P45. She's now in 45 pieces.
Yep.
Goodness sake.
And I think we'll just quickly cut across to our wrecked rover with Aisha
okay.
and Nico in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Hopefully, Ace is actually alive. And it's just gonna be 20 minutes of.
So, yeah, you two, you've been thrown around inside the interior of this rover. You've been battered about. I'd like you both to roll a d6, but if you roll a 1, then you've managed to breach your suit in some way.
I don't want to roll anything else today. I'm rolling so bad.
Well, now's your chance to roll good.
It's
Yeah.
all up from
Yeah,
here.
you don't want to be dead and have a hole in your suit.
Okay, right.
Hey.
Fortunately, then, your suits still have air. You're not leaking, and although you're battered and bruised, you're kind of starting to come round.
We live.
Yeah, the rover in it is absolutely trashed. There's no way that this thing is going anywhere, even with Asia's, damn good engineering skills. This thing is wrecked. In fact, the windscreen has been bust open. You're actually using your suit oxygen at the moment, and yeah, the back half of it is effectively missing, and is exposed to vacuum at the moment. You're kind of aware of there's some movement outside. What I'm going to say, you're at 0. If you're at 0, there's not a lot that you can do. You are effectively immobile, but you are aware that there is somebody moving around outside. You can still talk. I'll let you communicate.
But we can't move at all.
But basically, you're barely conscious at this moment in time, but you may be able to speak to each other or whoever.
Can you fix it?
Yes, you can.
Yes, the name's not Bob.
I was just
I'll save you the roll. No.
it'd be the role. Oh yeah, you can fix it, but you can't move.
Yeah.
You could fix it, but you don't have the tools.
Yeah. It's like if you could move, you would be able to find out that you can't fix it.
Brilliant.
We're still like in the front of the rover, aren't we?
Yeah, you're kind of in the cabin. You've been, as I say, you've been bounced around inside this cabin. You've been thrown out of your seats, or your seats have actually been dislodged, and you're kind of just sat around in this wreck of a vehicle. You're breathing suit oxygen. The cabin is depressurized in the crash. You're not entirely sure when that happened, but there would have been some form of explosive decompression, which may have been what knocked you out or blew you around the cabin. And you can see there's a figure in a spacesuit. He's moving around outside, and perhaps Aisha, from where you are, kind of crushed against one wall, you can kind of make out there is another rover that's out there. And you can probably see just maybe the back axle from where you're laying, kind of stuck in the corner.
Look, Nico, they're here. The rover. They're outside.
I can't move. Play dead. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Would I know like how long? I was saying that if we were knocked out, like roughly how long we had oxygen in the suits. Like I would.
Your
would
suits,
thought
I mean, you've got reasonable. These aren't emergency ones. They probably last you 12 hours, something like that. So, looking at the gauge, you've probably been out for maybe only 5-10 minutes. So there's still plenty of air left, but you hurt bad. You've probably got broken bones. Yeah, you're in sad shape, the pair of you.
Are we able to like communicate through comms without pushing a button?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Can we
No,
auditory make it like beep through?
Yep. You
Cool.
If we communicate, can they hear through their seats?
can. Possibly. Whether they can hear you depends on what channel everybody's using. But you know that you two could speak to each other.
Yeah.
They may be able to hear what you're saying. But maybe not. There's
Damien,
a silhouette.
can we hack into their private comms?
You know what? I'm going to allow that. Do it.
To be like, Nico, there's something I always wanted to tell you.
I always thought you were a bit shit at navigating. I didn't much
over
care
here,
for
just
you.
like the gurgles as Nico uses a one good arm to just like throttle Aisha there.
I was like, Agnes.
Yeah, I think let's say yes, you can hack into this. Now, do we want to make a? I mean, you did make a pretty spectacular roll earlier, didn't you? With
Yeah,
your
he's gonna be
12.
riding that 12 all the way to the end of the adventure.
Having said that, we left the comms panel because we
Oh, you
needed to get
did.
to the airlock to get to the loader to
That's
get
a
out.
very
So
good point.
We could do
So
it
do you
when we
wanna
get
make
on the
another roll?
ship.
You got the loader. I mean, this is the thing. Was Magnus basically saying try and get in contact with? Is that what you were trying to do?
Yeah, like once we've got like a way of traversing.
Yeah. So you're basically in this loader, this tracked vehicle that's kind of making its way slowly across the landscape.
on our way out of the airlock, I would have grabbed any support bubbles that were in the airlock.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a good idea.
Just toss those on the loader.
Like,
Yeah.
can hold
in
three
case
people.
Christoph gets naked again.
Yes. In case Christoph
One
is struck
time.
with sudden nudity.
Told you, it's
Enough
good
vodka,
for the skin.
anything can happen. In any case, when...
Yeah, well, I'd like you to make a roll for that to see if you can
Yes.
communicate with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
How I would also like both Nico and Aisha to make pressure bonus rolls. You get to add 1 to your pressure level, Aisha, and the same would be if you could roll pressure bonus as well, Nico. You are okay, right? So, Aisha, you've reached 2 on your pressure level, have you not? Right. So, there is a table that we can roll on now. The table is the series of rectangles on the tab on the right hand side at the top. Do you see that? It's next to the journal, the book thing.
No.
I'd like you to roll the top table there, which is pressure level 1 to 2. If you would open that up and click on roll, and let's see what happens. Okay.
I need to.
But
Move
sorry, I've got ahead of myself here actually. First of all, could you actually click on pressure level as well? Let's just see whether or not you need that.
I mean, I added the extra one.
Yeah, but if you click on pressure level now, it rolls another dice, and we'll see whether or not you suffer an episode. You don't, so we can ignore that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay,
Oh.
you're not going to die.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Yet.
You're aware of there's like a figure now that's kind of behind you. Is kind of looking in through this massive rent, this hole in the side of the or the back of the rover. There's a figure looking in. You hear somebody's voice basically say over your comms, "You dead?"
Just if you're dead, you say yes.
Would we?
It's a trick
recognize
question.
the voice?
Yeah, maybe if you say it like a zombie, like yeah.
Would we recognize the voice?
I would you recognize? Yes, you would. You recognize it as Chief Anthony Gillen, the security.
And we know that they attacked the other guys, so
You heard something. Yeah.
yeah. So Yeah.
Nico's dead. She's tired.
Yep.
yeah, we're just gonna stay quiet, see if he comes further in or goes sleep, see what he does next.
Yeah. He gets, and when he gets no reply, he kind of climbs in into the back there, and you see,
No?
you kind of basically see this helmet from the suit kind of creep into your vision, like he's looking down over you. In fact, who's it going to be that he's looking? Who's he close to? So 1, 2, 3, Nico. Right, so he's looking over at Nico. And you see his like this spacesuit helmet kind of creep into your field of view as he looks down over you, and he is carrying a gun, and he kind of prods you with it, and it hurts like hell when he prods you.
Do they still have their guns? Or their
I'm
daisies
trying
even?
to... I can't
Play that
move, remember?
I can't move.
Yeah.
I'm playing dead as best I can.
And then seemingly satisfied, he moves over to Aisha.
Double
And
taps.
He kind of looks. I mean, well, yeah.
Don't put
No, I'm
ideas in his head!
He kind of shakes you, and every bone in your body kind of cries out in agony as he kind of does this. But you stay quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fall over if, like.
Yeah.
I feel like a roll it should surely have.
It would, but the fact is, if they roll strength, they're not going to make it because they're already in -1 or 0 or whatever.
Strength.
I tell you what, actually, no, you're right. Let's
Get roll
let's
charisma
roll.
for a bluff check.
Nope.
I'd like you to actually let's just make a strength roll, both of you.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't wanna.
Oh wait,
You're
just
gonna
1
have to.
second. Before you do that. So Nico first.
Oh.
Okay. And Aisha. Right. And so basically, he kind of stands there for a moment. He kind of shakes you, and you both cry out in pain. You can't stop yourselves. And over the comms panel, you basically just hear him go, "Fuck!" And then he kind of stands there for a moment, and you kind of see him. He's holding this gun in his hand, and he's kind of standing around as if not sure what to do next. And at that moment, I would like, let's see, who's
no.
driving? Who's driving the loader?
I'd trust
think the
Damien.
term here is
I wouldn't
operating.
trust Christoph. Yeah, Damien is the driver.
I am operating the automated loader.
I'm
Through the
the
process of
Yeah.
literally writing live
Yeah,
loader
I'm the
code.
captain, I don't drive, and the other
Yeah.
option is Christoph, which isn't going to happen.
Right, this is going to be an education role. Now,
Which is why I'm operating the loader.
yeah, it's an education role. I would allow science or engineering as a bonus here.
Well, conveniently, that's what I do.
I swear, if you get us killed.
Excellent. And so you managed to maneuver this loader away from the dock, speeding across the landscape towards where your comrades' last recorded positions were. And you navigate very successfully with that roll. And you can see these rovers kind of sat next to a crevasse. the kind of red light from the star kind of shining down across the landscape, casting this eerie pink glow as it's reflecting the light off the ice. There are these 2 rovers. One of them appears to be smashed into tiny pieces.
That's ours then.
And the other one appears to be completely intact. There's no sign of the driver for the intact one. You can't see him at this moment as the loader kind of rolls up towards the scene of the crash.
Looks like Nico was driving again.
Quick, inside. Get them out. And I'll
Yeah. Well,
jump
we
off
need
the
to make
loader as
sure.
soon as it gets close.
Yeah. I'll do the same. I'll draw my dazer.
Yep.
Keep an eye on the buggy in case it has someone inside.
Sure.
Christoph still got his hammer thing.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's gonna get fucked up, right?
Yep.
Probably Christoph.
Yeah.
And you dismount from your loader, making your way across this it's rather serene landscape, really. There is this wrecked rover in front of you.
Yeah.
Part of it, the back end of it, is completely gone. It's missing, but the cabin is still there. Although the glass from the front of it is smashed out and is gone. So whoever is inside had better have been wearing a spacesuit, because otherwise
Yeah.
they are deed. And you kind of see there's a figure. You can see 2 kind of figures for the front of it. Actually, how are you approaching it? You're kind of the front of the vehicle is kind of away from the kind of crevasse. You've kind of come
Yeah.
along to the side of it.
We don't know
wherever
which.
the normal access door would be.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know which
Which is one of the
vehicle
sides.
is theirs though. So
Nico was
I'm
driving. It's the
guessing-
crash
I
one.
mean, Magnus
Yeah.
Magnus would probably know, because they've probably got big numbers on the side, like 01
It's also,
and
the
02
same
or
one I
something.
saw drive away with them on it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And so
Yeah.
there is this the wrecked one is the one that you saw Nico and Aisha driving away in.
I'll go draw their attention while you guys flank. So if I go towards, like I said, down, sort of more down the middle between the 2. I'll do the classic clock procedural thing of what's his name? Gillen, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Gillen, it's over. Show yourself. Don't make this any harder than it needs to be.
there's kind of a silence for a moment, and he's like, "Wasn't how it's supposed to go."
No, you got sloppy.
But
No,
we
you should have
caught
showed
you.
up. There was no need for you to show up.
I mean, we showed up specifically because you screwed up. You knew what the risks were with the drugs you were messing with, and you went ahead with it anyway. You took a risk, Kenneth. You failed. Now you gotta pay the piper.
You can leave here alive or in space vacuum sealed.
I think maybe we need some kind of charisma roll from Magnus, maybe here on.
Yeah, with the liaison.
You can certainly use liaison. Bear with me one
Okay.
sec. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay, only lose on a 1.
Don't roll a what? Yay!
Nope, we got
Okay. He kind of emerges from the back of the vehicle. And he's kind of holding his hands up like this. He's got a pistol in his hand.
Where's Rand?
I don't know. He was going to your ship.
That's
Ah!
probably his handiwork.
See, Captain, I
So
told
nodding
you,
over to the wreckage.
self-destruct has helped.
How so? He was the guy in charge.
And he was also a criminal. One criminal down.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, to be fair, if it had gone off any later, it would have been 1 criminal down, 2 crew down. It's very nearly 2 crew down as it was. Anyway, we can talk semantics of
But
the
it
debrief.
didn't, did it? I knew. I planned ahead.
Gillen, you with anyone or are you on your own?
Just me.
Okay. Has he dropped his gun or has he still got his gun in his
He's
hand?
not. He's holding his gun in his hand.
Yeah. Drop the
Christoph
gun.
points the
Right away
hammer
to your
right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Away from the wreckage, if you don't mind.
He steps out from the back of the rover, making his way kind of perpendicular to it. He steps aside. He's still holding the gun.
Yeah. Oh,
Drop
let's
the
get a
gun
view of this.
or I boot you into space.
What's that?
I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm
You
just
bring
gonna
a drill
shoot
to
him
a
anyway.
gunfight?
Can I just taser him?
I think we need to roll initiative. So I think we need to roll a d6.
Yeah.
Add your agility.
Yeah, because I know exactly where this is going.
Make an agility roll and just add. If you got security, you can add +2 or +1, depending on whether it's primary or secondary.
Nope. 3.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice. 3 and 8.
Is my strength still -1, by the way? Because I feel
No,
like I'm
your
handicapped.
strength would have been a 1, I think, after that, because it's only a dazer that you got hit by.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a -1.
Oh no.
Okay, his turn. Ba-ba-ba-bam. Ooh. Somebody's about to get shot.
No.
The drill fight guy
To be
needs to be taught a
fair,
lesson.
I think it probably is the drill guy. He's the one that made the threat.
Why would you do that?
Because I thought it would be kind of ironic given you don't bring a drill to a gunfight. And this is why.
English isn't Christoph's first language. Just misunderstood what drill instructor means. Clearly.
I'm not even sure it's his second language.
So, Christoph,
Yes.
you have an option here. You can attempt to dodge, which will make it more difficult for him to hit you. But you will not be able to act next turn.
Yeah.
Or that you will not be able to act this turn, I should say.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
If
Deflect
I
the bullet
don't
with
dodge,
your
how
drill.
does it work then? So
If you don't dodge, he's just going to roll a standard hit to get you.
and that automatically is going to hit now.
No, it won't automatically hit. He's got to roll for it. But he's got a +2 because he's security. And he's rolling on his agility. Basically, he can't fail.
The last time he shot you, he didn't miss.
Yeah.
Think about it that way.
Oh, yeah, but I want to act. Damn it!
Well, I mean, you may be able to take it. I don't know.
I have
mean,
one
you're-
strength. How I
No,
can't
there's a good
take
chance that
anything.
you
You
won't
might
get.
miss.
I
You
have
might
one
miss.
strength. I don't have any cushion.
Yeah.
Christoph's gonna dodge.
Okay. That will make it. I mean, that might not help. We'll see. It didn't help.
Oh,
Oh no.
Now he looks cowardly.
Right. So you take 3 points of damage from your strength there.
Oh, that's -2.
Okay. So yeah. Basically, that bullet it strikes you in the faceplate of your suit, and there's a sudden hiss inside your suit. Your ears pop immediately, and the air starts to rush out, and you go collapse to the ground. Who's next? We've got. It would be. It's
Damien.
Damien.
Yeah, screw it. I'm just going to charge him and try and get it done.
Just treat
Okay,
him like
cool.
a Thomas panel, Damien.
By the way, yeah, if somebody doesn't get to Christoph, he he will die within a couple of rounds.
That's a couple of rounds.
Well, that's nice. It's nice to know people have got your back, isn't it? Hey.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Well, if we don't get the gun off the guy, we're all going to die in a couple of rounds.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Okay,
You know,
Damien.
the ladies are in the. Oh,
Wait. Okay. Let's see if you can. You're basically swinging this crowbar at him. Is that the thing, or are you shooting it? What are you doing? Have you got a gun?
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna run at him. I've got my crowbar
Sorry.
out, but
Yep.
mostly I'm just trying to get rid of the gun.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
My strength is still functionally 1 as well, isn't it? Because of
It
the
is, yeah.
Lift incident. Yep. Ah.
oh no!
Okay, so you grab a hold of him and you kind of stand there. You're wrestling with him with this crowbar. He's grabbed a hold of it as you swing it at him, and you're both kind of locked there. And then he basically goes crack and hits you for a point of damage.
Does he now, so he now has a gun and a crowbar.
No, he doesn't have the crowbar. You basically hits you in that cracks the helmet, I guess, which makes your head reverberate. Are you on 0?
We'll be on 0, yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of go down.
Oh no!
It's onto you, Magnus.
Jesus, this is not going to go well. Okay, I'm gonna shoot him with the Dazer.
Sure.
What do I do? Just roll agility?
It's
or
roll
how does it work?
agility. Yeah. I don't think you get any bonuses. You don't have any security or anything, do you?
No.
Ah! And
Oh damn it!
in the fight that says it's going on, the dart goes kind of wide. It glances off the side of the rover. What I'm going to do, I know that Nico and Aisha are at 0 at the moment, aren't they?
Yep.
I'm going to allow you both to act. But it's going to be anything that you attempt is going to be difficult for you to do. So you can claw your way out of the rover or whatever you want to do.
It would be kind of delightful if you got shot from the rover. Not being thorough enough.
So how much can we see of like what's going on?
You're probably aware of a flurry of movement from outside. Maybe even saw the loader kind of pull up alongside, and these figures get out, which you could assume most likely going to be your comrades. If you're both going to act. You're always going to act last in the round because of your injuries. So you two now get to decide what it is you're going to do. Bear in mind, you still have dazers as well.
I'm gonna let you go first, meaning I almost killed you. So.
I'm just gonna try and turn and see what's going on.
Yep.
Obviously, one would assume that I know there's other people out there because he left without me killing them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and ready my weapon because we know he was gonna go for us. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, you do that. You crawl out of your seat as you kind of jammed up against the wall there, and you kind of crawl to the back of the rover, and you can see 3 figures. You see the gunshot go off. Magnus's Christoph's faceplate basically just blasts out in a load of fragments, and you see him kind of fall backwards, clutching what looks to be some kind of industrial drill.
Which is not
Damien.
unnormal for Christoph.
Yeah.
You're like,
It's just like,
Damien kind of leaps forward and tries to hit this guy with a crowbar or something, but he grabs a hold of it and he kind of cracks Damien around the side of the helmet with the crowbar. Damien kind of collapses to the floor, slowly falls to the floor. And you can take a quick shot if you would like.
yeah, I'm
Like
gonna
I say,
go for it.
it's gonna be difficult. but you can have a go. Do you have security or anything like that on your?
Yeah, I'm
Fingers
engineer and
crossed.
medical, so
Okay, right. Then it's just a straight agility roll. See if you can hit.
oh,
no.
Damn it.
Next time.
But your dart goes wild as your vision blurs as you take the shot. Nico.
Hi.
Hello.
Try and stand up and daze the bastards!
Okay. And
Yeah!
you see, as Aisha has crawled forward, you try to do the same. You can just make out this figure, which seems to have. He's got this crowbar in his hand and a pistol. Damien is kind of at his feet. You get to take a quick shot. Why not?
What am I shooting with? Is it agility?
It's your agility. If you have any security at all, which I don't think you do, it's just a straight agility roll.
I did click it, but it didn't go through. There we go.
Come on.
Oh man!
Oh, no, we're so close.
So bad tonight!
Okay.
Uh-oh, we drew attention to ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, at least on my side, at least like potentially make him look around behind him.
So, at this point, realizing that there are a number of marshals here, yeah,
Yeah.
he kind of stands there momentarily. And he kind of looks around at all of you, looks down at Damien at his feet. He looks across to where Christoph appears to be expiring rather rapidly, and he puts the gun to his head. There's a silent flash, and there's a spray of red, and his helmet basically implodes,
Well, that was
and he
unnecessary.
drops to his knees in this zero gravity.
I'm gonna rush over to sort out Christoph.
Yeah, sure. Now,
What do I
yeah,
need to do?
I think you need to get him
like-
into the loader or something as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Either the loader or the second rover, whichever.
Yes,
is closest.
whichever. Yeah, actually, the other rover may be
him.
nearer.
Yeah. Would that be at least having yeah, that would have atmosphere or something, would it?
Yeah,
Or-
they kind of did. It's just
Yeah.
you needed you wanted the pressure suits because you were expecting the rovers to fail partway.
Yeah.
So let's have an agility roll. Is anybody helping?
No.
I would have run to the other rover knowing what they're about to try and do.
Yeah,
Can you
well,
run? You've just been in a crash.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You-
You both Aisha and Nico have pretty much blacked out at this point with
we're
the
down
effort of
then.
making the
Oh,
move.
okay. Never
So,
mind.
let's have an agility roll from. Damien's down as well, isn't he? But
Yeah.
At long last.
yeah, and you drag Christoph into the rover, and you kind of hurl him bodily into it, and then kind of shut the door, and there's the pressurized as the thing pressurizes.
Yeah.
It is a partial success. I don't know what that means in this instance, but we're not going to go with that. I'm going to say it's
he's
a
only
success.
half dead.
Yeah. But he does still need medical attention. Somebody is going to have to try and fix him up real quick, or he will expire next round.
Yeah, I
and
can.
you
Well,
just
going
lock
with
me
him.
in the airlock.
I'll try and science the shit out of him
Okay.
to either come back as a Russian cosmonaut or a potato.
So this will be an education role. It would be
Yeah.
medical if you have that. Any medical?
Can I science or just medical?
Just medical.
Oh, no. Well, here goes nothing. Nope. He's
Okay.
dead. If I could
Yeah.
have got medical, if I could have got science on it, I could have got a 7.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what medicals. And so you do your best. You try to stabilize Christoph. You see his face is bloated. His eyes are completely red from the burst blood vessels in his eyes. and his extremities have kind of swollen up as well. And you do your damnedest, but he doesn't make it. Sorry, Chris.
What a shame.
But he
really like
dies.
Christoph.
Yeah, he kind of dies in your hands. There's nothing there's probably nothing you could do. He was exposed to vacuum. You did your best, but unfortunately,
We have to bury him with his pet jackhammer. But anyway, so if after that, I'll just leave him, I'll lie him down gently, and then I'll go out and help out the other people, and hopefully not roll a 1 on anything.
Well, they're not quite the same level.
Damien's just unconscious.
Yeah.
I'll check the other 2 suits to make sure they don't have any leaks or anything.
They seem to be intact.
If there's any way to get them out gently, or at least I suppose I could try and use the jackhammer to try and cut them out of the wreckage if there's nothing more.
Well, they've kind of crawled towards the back and they'd taken a shot, so they
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did the easy bit. Okay, so
yeah.
Right.
And you load everybody into the.
I guess
the rover or the loader. Is it what you're doing?
Which I guess depends if the loader's got more space. I don't know.
Well, you could get them in either.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah.
and with heavy heart, you load them in. You get into the rover, and you drive across the landscape, taking your time, using the navigation computer. And Damien will come round during this time as you're making your way across towards the outpost. And you can see in the distance the outpost appears to have been recently kind of hit with several bits of small debris. There's a cloud of it kind of floating around in the zero gravity around it.
Yeah.
And you kind of arrive at the rover dock without too much incident. By the time you get inside, the alert has stopped.
We have to pay the medical bay and the good doctor a visit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna and I'm also gonna keep an eye on him throughout any sort of surgeries or whatever, so he doesn't fob these ones off like he did the rest.
No, sure.
Yeah.
Damien is probably in better shape than the other 2, but we're going to say that you managed to get healed to at least 1 point of strength, which may be your maximum anyway. Poor old Christoph, I am sorry, mate. But Christoph is zipped up into
communist noises.
The body bags and left to concentrate on the production. And
his jackhammer should be donated to the workers. It's what he would have wanted.
Okay, so you're in the medical center. What are you doing? Your comrades. One of your comrades is dead.
Yeah. And I'll try and make sure the ones that are still alive stay alive.
Yeah.
And we know the doctor tried to cover up stuff in the past. To keep an eye on him.
Okay. So you let him Wendell Harris do his thing. And well, he's kind of as they arrive, he's kind of like, my God, what happened? What happened?
Well, apparently we got into a bit of a fight out in the. Someone tried to knock them off the road. Apparently.
God, my God!
Not your problem right now. I'd suggest you patch them up post haste. They're in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, and he gets to work on them. And let's see if he manages to actually get anybody up to their health. That's very sad music that's playing.
I've died! Respect it!
So, do this a few times.
You find out the doctor has no medical training.
What is with
So
this?
yeah, he patches you up. You're all at one strength. Nico and
I'm
Aisha,
gonna have to shoot him.
you are going to be you're still everything's going to be difficult for you still at the moment. Because you took quite severe injuries in your crash, whereas as Damien, he basically just got hit in the helmet That sounds wrong. Anyway, he got hit in the face with a crowbar. So he's a little bit more. He's not in such bad shape as Aisha and Nico.
Yeah.
But the very sad music playing makes you realise that there's nothing that can be done for poor Christoph as he's zipped up into the body bag.
Yeah, as we were constantly reminded
Yeah.
over the last half an hour.
But you are able to function now, all of you.
Oh, you forgot about Christoph.
Except for Christoph. If you
Most
didn't
of
know,
you.
Christoph was dead.
Well, as
died-
per of his last will and testament, he would want to be thrown in the incinerator.
But he had a twin who walked through the door.
Sorry, he got shot.
Was there anything else that you wanted to do, or are we going to draw a close to this?
Yeah, like I would have, checked with Williams.
Yeah.
That basically, the chief security guys are both dead. I'm gonna transmit my report to the arbiter
Yeah.
network or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna have a strict talking to with what the woman who runs the operation.
McKinnon.
Yeah.
Okay. So you head on up to McKinnon's office, and I basically will just draw a close to it as you both as you all enter, as the three of you enter, 4 of you enter.
I think we're losing people along the way.
I know, yeah. Well, it's a long climb all the way up there, and as you kind of enter, she's kind of sat in front of her desk as you enter her office, and kind of just looks up at you as you come in, and she stands up and she adjusts her tunic, and we fade to black as we end our little adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dear.
I mean, basically, yeah.
Christoph.
This was my little tribute to the movie Outland. I think somebody spotted that last episode, actually. So go and watch Outland, people. It was great.
I was definitely getting a feeling.
Yeah, so I think we leave it there. Thank you very much for playing. Thanks very much for coming along and watching. That was great. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
But go and watch Outland because it's cool.
Yeah. Christoph died the way he lived, tragically. Tragically unprepared for the situation.
Carrying industrial equipment.
Oh my gosh, Christoph!
I don't know. It's all thing. I still love the bit where it's just like, I'm gonna if they come at me, I'm gonna breach the window. They're like, but everyone else is immediately here could do with that. Is locked in their room, and the 2 guys you're worried about aren't even in the base. So it was meant to basically just kill everyone anyway. Oh.
Yeah.
Poor Chris.
Well done, everybody. That was great. Thank you very much, everybody, for playing. Thanks for coming along and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of sad for Christoph, but it was kind of cool for
Kind of
everybody
sad.
else.
He died. What do you
He
mean?
did
Kind of
die.
sad.
He now knows
you
the
know,
most important rule of
died.
anything sci-fi. Security officers die first.
It was a red shirt.
I thought it was
Literally a red shirt. He was
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
you've got your 15 minutes of fame. What more do you want?
You tried.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you that was absolutely brilliant. Christoph's annoyed he didn't get that last at least
I don't
kick
think
or
he's
something.
annoyed. I don't think he's that bothered by anything right now.
Well,
Just
no.
Damien.
Thank you
It's nonplussed.
very much
Yeah.
to Some Old Pirate for running this game. This has been absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Yay.
If
This was
you want
great.
more of this, like I said, in Discord, we'll post the link to this game so that you can pick it up yourselves, run it yourselves. And maybe if the guy who wrote this is still watching, please don't sue us for ruining your game.
Oh dear.
We hope you kind of enjoyed it, and we hope everyone who's watching has enjoyed it. Thank you very much. That was really good. I did enjoy it. So yeah, I think we all did. Really good. Even Christoph.
Oh, no.
Although he won't dare tell you that.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back on Friday with Heckner's Revealia, which I will be in the crowd to watch, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you, and thank you Trolls for the raid as well. That was really kind of
Yeah,
cool.
thank you very much for that, man. Brilliant.
Right, we're off. Bye. See you
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Bye.